Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I will be giving you guys another story time. This one's gonna be how you go from best friends to dating to being strangers. I think some of us can all relate to this in some way, shape, form, or another. That made no sense. If you or someone you know is going through a situation like this or has been in a situation like this, please remember to share this video with them and let's just get right into it. I was in the 8th grade best friends with this guy. We actually met 7th grade but became really close in 8th grade. And a little background story on him. He was the type of dude to, like, befriend a girl and then, you know, be friends with her, get to know her, start to like her, date her for a week, and then break up with her and be on to the next, like, it was nothing. That's just how he was. Background story on our friendship. Again, we did meet in the 7th grade, became really close in 8th grade. And we definitely had, like, the flirtatious, like, chemistry going on. Like, we would definitely know how to flirt with each other and just, like, know what to say and when to say it and that kind of thing. So yeah. So in 8th grade, he actually ended up dating this one girl, and nothing new there. And he dated this one girl, and she broke up with him. This dude was completely heartbroken, completely devastated, crying in the guy's bathroom. And I remember, like, I was going to my locker, I believe, and someone had stopped me and they're like, oh, like, he's in the bathroom crying, he's looking for you, like, he wants to talk to you, like, he wants to see you. And I was just like, are we talking about the same person here? Because, like, the person I know is, like, immune to feelings. Like, he don't be having feelings. Okay, like, he'll let a girl catch feelings, but, like, he'll stand back and be like, oh, not it. Like, you know? So as I was, like, turning the hallway, like, to go see him, he comes out the guy's bathroom and he's just, like, bawling his eyes out. And he comes up to me and we start hugging each other, and he's all up in my left shoulder. There's a reason why I'm telling you this, okay? So he's all up in my left shoulder, and he's, like, crying, and he's wetting my shirt, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just, like, rubbing his back, and I'm just, like, I don't say anything. Because I know, like, when you're heartbroken, like, you don't really want to hear anything, you just want to let it all out. So I don't want to say anything, and I'm just, like, rubbing his back and whatnot, and then our bus is being called, so I'm just like, okay, let's go to the bus. So he usually sat by himself, so he sat by himself this time, and I'd, like, peek my head back sometimes, and I'd, like, rub his leg sometimes, and I'd be like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like, I was like, it's gonna be fine, like, you'll be okay. Like, I'd be telling him this, and I remember he was, like, looking at me, and there's, like, a tear going down his face, and then he just, like, looked out the window like he was in a sad music video, and I was just, like, I just felt, like, incredibly helpless, because I was, like, I usually am good at this, like, with my girlfriends, like, you know, but, like, with a dude, I had never seen a dude cry before. I had never seen a guy cry over a girl before, and I had never seen this dude cry over a girl before, okay? So I just remember, before he got off the bus, he hugged me, and then he just, like, walked right off. Like, he didn't say anything, nothing. So the next morning, I remember, I had given him a note. I had wrote him a note, like, the night before, and then I had given it to him, and then he was all, like, happy-go-lucky, like, you know, he was all laughing and everything, which was a good sign because, you know, but I definitely know that people like to hide their feelings, so I was just kind of like, you know, I think you're still hurting, but you want to cover it up. So I did give him a note and everything, and he read it, and he was like, thank you, like, I appreciate you. He's like, you're always there for me. And I was like, yeah. So I was like, you're welcome. So then a week goes by, and I tell my best friend, Jasmine, hi. I tell her, I was like, I think I like him. And she was like, well, you should ask him out, like, you should go for it, kind of thing. And I was like, yeah. I was like, but the thing is, like, I think I like him because, like, I actually seen, like, a sensitive side of him. I think I seen, like, a completely different side of him than what I normally see. So she was like, why not, like, ask him out and go for it, like, you know, and I was like, yeah, it's like, I think I'm gonna go for it. So as me and her are talking about this in the lunchroom, he has lunch with us. He's, like, back there, like, talking to, like, his other friends or whatever, like, at a different table, and I turn my head, and it's, like, the sun is coming out, and I'm like, it's a sign, you know? So I was like, I'm gonna do it, like, that's it, like, I'm gonna go for it. So later that day after school, on the school bus, I tell Jersey, and I was like, I think I'm gonna ask him out. She's like, well, you don't want to be a rebound. I was like, well, what is a rebound? Okay, again, at this point I was still sheltered. I really didn't know, you know, words and anything like that. So she was like, she explained it to me, and I was like, I don't want to be that. So then what happens is I wait a week. I know, so long. So I wait a week, and I actually ask him out in a note. It was long enough, trust me. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I would love to go out with you, of course. And I was like, cool. Like, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, like, no, we're dating. Like, you know, I was kind of waiting for things to change between us. Like, okay, like, now you're supposed to be my boyfriend. Like, now you're supposed to act like one. Like, you know, and nothing really changed. Like, it just felt like we were just, like, friends, you know? So I believe it was, I think it was, like, our 1 week anniversary, I think it was. Still a thing, okay? And he was getting off the school bus, and it was like something out of like a romantic movie. Like, he was getting off the school bus, and then he came right back, and then he stood there smiling. So he was kind of like leaning in. So I remember like put my hands on the seat that was in front of me, and I pushed myself forward. Actually, I ended up headbutting him, and I got like a little peck like right here ish kind of thing, like on the lip. Not really, not anything serious or anything like that. And I remember I was like on cloud like 9.5, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is what it's supposed to feel like. Like, this is what it's supposed to feel like when you are dating your best friend, okay? So the next day, okay, I get on the bus, and he's already there before me. So I get on the bus, and I kind of like wait, like I kind of like stand there like waiting for him to stand up and like, you know, like give me a peck or something, like, you know. Homeboy, you know what he does? He just looks at me, smiles, and he's like, and he just turns away. I was like, okay, maybe homeboy didn't brush his teeth this morning. You know, that's cool. We all be running a little bit late. Okay, I get it. I understand. Okay, but like, at least like a hug or something. Like, what? So, so I was just kind of like, okay, like, alrighty then. Cool. So then what happens is after school that day, I was going to my locker, and this girl comes up to me, and she was like, he's gonna break up with you, he's breaking up with you, he's breaking up with you, he told the whole school that you guys are basically over, he just has to tell you. And I was like, stop, like, I'm different, I'm not one of his other random girls that he dates for a week, like, you know, we built a foundation, like, we're friends, like, stop hating on my relationship, okay? She was like, I'm not. She's like, you guys are broken up, like, that's it. She goes, if I were you, I would break up with him before he broke up with you, you know, all girl power. And I was like, stop, like, you're just mad that I'm in a relationship, okay? And I remember as I was acting all like calm, cool, and collected, like, I remember like inside I was just going crazy. Like, I was just like, my woman's intuition started to kick in, and I was like, girl, like, I have a bad feeling, okay? So I get on the bus, and I'm sitting there, and he taps my left shoulder, and I'm praying this whole time on this bus ride. I'm praying that he's not going to break up with me. I was like, please let me last another day, like, just one more day, please. So he taps my left shoulder, the one that he was crying in 2 weeks ago. He was tapping my left shoulder. He starts going off, and he was just like, oh, something about like being friends, and like, I don't even know. So this whole time, like, he's breaking up with me, I'm going insane. Like, I'm like not hitting him, but like I start swinging my arms, and I start like kind of like slapping his like legs and stuff like that. And he was laughing during the breakup process and during my tantrum, and he was just like laughing, and he was like shielding himself with like his arm, and he was like he's like, I'm breaking up with you, like, it's over. And I was just like, it's not over, like, da da da, like, what possesses you to do wrong in life? Like, the biggest mistake you will ever do in life is to break up with me. Like, that's something you're gonna live with forever. You don't want that, okay? So so then what happens is me and him, so then he gets off the bus, and I start punching the front seat, the seat that's in front of me, like it was a punching bag, and I start going at it. And then Jersey's next to me, and she's like, chill, like, calm down, like, you'll be okay, you'll be fine. And I was like, don't tell me to calm down, like, da da da. And I start yelling at her, and then, cause the way he broke up with me like in front of people. Like, he broke up with me in front of Jersey, in front of people, like, I think like 2 other random people, and like she knew like what happened, so, you know, she was there. So then what happens is I remember I text my best guy friend, the one that doesn't text me, and the one doesn't text me back, okay? And okay, well, first I apologized to Jersey, and I was like, I'm sorry, and I hug her, and I was like, I was just, you know, I'm not good with breakups, you know? So she was like, it's okay, like, I know, like, you know. So I get off the bus, and I text my best guy friend and I'm just like, call me, call me, call me. So he calls me later that night. He actually wakes me up from my nap, and he was like, what happened? What's wrong? And I had completely forgotten what happened because I just was like such in a good nap. So like, as soon as he says this, like everything just comes back to me and I start crying, and he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, he broke up with me. So he starts laughing and I'm like, are you laughing or are you crying with me? And he's all like, first off, why would I want to cry with you? Like, I'm laughing at you. He's like, you're crying over a dude that dated you for a week. He's like, a baby takes longer to develop than your relationship, and you're sitting here crying over some dude that probably doesn't even care about you. And I was just like, yeah, and like I just started bawling my eyes out again because I was like, this dude had a point. So it took me about like a month maybe, or like less than a month to get over him. So in May there was a school dance, like our last 8th grade dance kind of thing. And I remember I was there, he was there, and there was oh, me and him were slow dancing to Taylor Swift's Love Story. And me and him were slow dancing, you know, da 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 kind of thing. And in the middle of the song, in the middle of a slow dance, homeboy decides to up and leave me to go dance with someone else. Like, A, don't do that, okay? B, what possesses you to do that, okay? And I was just sitting there and like I was getting up the courage like to ask him like why he broke up with me, because like usually when a dude breaks up with me, like I'm so curious to why, like you want to F up your life like that, okay? So then I was like getting up the courage like to ask him and everything, and he smiles at me and he's like, he didn't even say anything. He smiles and he just like, let's go, and then he just goes to dance with someone else. And I was like, okay, actually, no, I don't do that. I actually start bawling my eyes out, and I go sit on the stage next to the speaker, and I start bawling my eyes out, and my friends come up to me, and like they're crying, and I'm crying, and we're all crying for like God knows what reason we're crying now. And it's not a middle school dance. It's not a school dance without a girl crying. If a girl does not cry, it is not a dance, okay? More specifically, if she does not cry over a guy, okay? The amount of tears that a girl will cry in a dance is insane. I don't know where I got these tears from, okay? But I did. So we're sitting there and like we're all crying and everything, and the craziest part was like I was sitting on the stage and he was facing me, so he was like looking directly at me and he was smiling. Like, you have no remorse, like what, you have no feeling like in you, like what that's sickening, okay? So so that was that. I didn't see him. I think I saw him, like, our friendship definitely kind of changed after that. Like, we weren't as close, obviously, because I think once you break up with someone, it's definitely weird to be close with them in a way, I guess. Like, if you guys are both cool with it, cool. But if one person's going to be awkward with it, the whole thing is going to be awkward. So in high school, I remember, like, I seen him, like, I don't know, like, it was just only, like, a few times I saw him, and then I actually ended up hearing, like, he dropped out. I think it was, like, our 10th grade year. I'm not sure, really. But we weren't close in high school. We didn't even talk. Like, we would, I think, see each other in the hallway, like, 3 times at most, and then we would just say hi to each other, and it just, you kind of grow apart. So, my advice in this case, if you have ever dated your best friend, your friend, if you want to, if you're thinking about it, you definitely have to know that it's going to be like a 50-50. Like, you know, it's either you guys are going to make it and, you know, be forever and always be best friends and be together, or once you guys break up, it's definitely going to change your dynamic of the relationship. You know, maybe you guys aren't going to talk, maybe, you know, whatever. And I think a lot of people definitely get scared to are scared to get into a relationship because they're like, damn, like, this person's supposed to be my best friend and everything, like, what if I lose this person? The thing is, if this person's worthy enough to be in your life, they're not gonna mess it up, like, you know? And you can't really help a person if they don't have feelings for you, because that's just how they are, you know? But you definitely have to know that, you know, if this person's mature enough, and if this person's meant to be in your life, they're gonna be in your life, you know? Like, stop trying to make excuses. Stop trying to be like, oh, well, this, but this. No. Enough with that. Just, this person's supposed to be, you know, meant to be in your life, they're going to be in your life. It definitely is, you know, I mean, the goal is to date your best friend, so you guys can, you know, grow together and everything. But sometimes while you guys are growing, you actually end up growing apart, and that's just a way of life. You guys have to, you know, learn from it, grow from it, and just move on with your life. You know, you can't always be kind of stuck on that. Like, you know, you can't be afraid to date, because how are you ever, like, how are you supposed to find the one if you don't want to date? Like, if you can't date, or if you know, don't want to date, or whatever the case may be, like, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm over the situation. That's why I'm able to talk about it freely. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys take away something. That is scary to date your best friend, because, you know, they're either going to be with you, or you're going to lose, you know, a lover and a best friend. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!